Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Part two. Watch that trigger. Um, I got a little internet connection. Kind of messing me up. Let me get some things adjusted here. Here we go. All right. So what I was saying before the last video is that what's out there, it can stay out there. I'm done with it. This is part two with trauma support group management by your homeboy, Mr. Darrell Walker. So what I was saying before my last video cut off in the internet, I have been having internet eruptions. I know I seen it in my last video. I apologize for that. But yeah, what's out there, it can stay out there. What's in here is what I need to deal with. Is what's in here. So I encourage you, when you change, the Bible does say something about don't be transferred of the world, but the renewing of your mind. So just remember that. If you're back watching these classes, we're talking about triggers today. Watch that trigger. Um, we're gonna go with number 7. Thank you. Media-related triggers: social media, news, movies, or television shows that depict or picture similar traumatic events or themes that may be triggers. So, a lot of us sometimes that if we're dealing with something like fear, if you a fearful person, I want to advise you to watch scary movies. That's common sense, right? If you're afraid of gunshots, I wouldn't watch army military movies. If you're being not to be funny any kind of way done sexually, I wouldn't watch a movie that has sex scenes in it. Mr. Walker, why are you calling these things out? Because these are on the TV in today's society. The news is triggering. It makes you panic. Some of the movies you're watching now are really demonic. I haven't watched some movies because I don't watch them. If I watch movies, they're something from the 80s or the 90s with things like just the other day I was watching Police Academy 3, real funny. And just to relate to that, that could have triggered me because my daddy died on Christmas Day and the police officer killed him. It killed him, and that could have triggered me. But when you overcome your triggers, you can address and understand that you have power to overcome your triggers. That's what these classes are for. So I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about. For example, who was involved, a patient, a client that was involved who had survived sexual assault. It may have triggered by a news story of the same or similar incident. So if we have triggers and the TV is triggering you, I would advise you to watch something else. There's something much more, matter of fact, let me give you some direction. I like nature channels. I love the nature channel. I like cooking shows. I have baby fever, but I don't know. You can find something to your comfort that will help you out to overcome your triggers. Another thing, um, just a recent thing that I'm discovering. When I'm here on here speaking and you feel triggered, I'm not here to trigger you. I'm just here to help you, and not to offend anybody. But like I said, the media, just to go back to what I'm saying, not nothing personal, even the media or these videos that I have may open up some triggers. And if that is happening, I will address that we find some help for these situations. I'm just here to help address triggers, not to trigger anybody. I just wanted to share that. Okay, so now that we have discovered the 7 triggers from the first video to this video, I'm gonna help you identify triggers. I'm gonna help you how to identify it. All right, so let's do this. If you want to address your triggers and move forward in my videos, and you understand what I'm saying and the concept of what I'm doing, I'm going to share some things that I have done to help me with my triggers. For number 1, keep a record, get a journal, emotional and physical reactions to situations. Now, there are situations that we do have, or do we do here, or things do happen that we have the emotional or physical reaction to the situation. Once again, so if I was you, my recommendation is just to jot down what triggers you, when it triggers you, what time, how it was said, or what was said, and how you reacted to it to address that trigger. I'm just sharing. That's a summary of keeping record on your triggers. Verse 2. Not chapter 2. The second one is reflect trauma. Identify the triggers and any patterns or recurring themes that may cause emotional dysregulation. You got that? Emotional dysregulations. There could be some things in your trigger or any patterns. I would just want to share this. Sometimes from experience, somebody knocks at the door too hard for me. It could trigger me. From my experience, it was the police back in the day, or my father when I was abused. But other than that, there are recurring themes. Like sometimes I could be driving in a car and I hear sirens go off, and yes, I do panic, even though I'm not even in the driver's seat. I do panic, like I'm going to jail and I ain't did nothing wrong. So these are real triggers that I am sharing with you, that I am reflecting on them. A crowd of people, even when I see a bunch of teenagers walking towards me, I get triggered because my anxiety goes up and don't know what's really going on, because I have been jumped by a teenager, hit upside the head, metal pole, and left for dead. So I'm aware now. I'm not paranoid, but it just, from that trauma experience, when I see it happens just to recur in my head. So I am the trigger man. And I'm not talking about by shooting people. I just have been through a lot of trauma, and then some things that I have overcome it, and I'm still things that I'm working for. But it's not about me. It's about you understanding, hey, you might have some reoccurring issues, or you might have some issues that might make you emotional, emotional dysregulation. So just don't sit here and listen to me. Check yourself. See what is going on with yourself with these triggers. That's the summary of reflecting trauma. Number 3, physical check-in. Record where in the body that they feel the particular emotions. So sometimes, if you feel something in your body, the nervousness, or you panic, or you get the jitters, or you sweat. Some people sweat. Like when they get nervous, they just sweat. Some people really go into panic mode where they start trembling because they're so triggered. I used to be like that. Sometimes I think I'm still like that due to certain situations, but I learned to understand that you can have control over your triggers. We're going to get to that. So like I say, number 3, physical check-in. Record where there is in the body they feel the particular emotions. Where do you feel these emotions? Do you feel in your mind? That, some people get choked up. Some people use the bathroom. Some people pass gas. Some people burp. So there's all types of. Some people just literally like blurt out, just fritz. These are real reactions. These are real emotional reactions. Or emotions that your body puts out. So I want you to pay attention to that. That's the summary for physical check-in. Number 4, assess behaviors like a specific place, activities, or people that they avoid out of fear or cause particular reactions in them. Some like people that you see, they don't like clowns. They run from clowns. It's understandable if you watch it and stuff like that. I don't want to trigger nobody. I'm just talking. But some people are, and I'm being very sensitive as I can, because triggers are very sensitive issues in life. I'm going there. Sensitivity to triggers. When you're sensitive to triggers, they do make you respond or react or think a certain way. So just understand that about triggers. Let's be mindful and sensitive about not just your triggers, but other people's triggers as well. So, like I was saying, like a specific place. What place are you going to? Some people can't go to the block. Some people can't. Some people can't walk down a dark alley. Some people can't get on the elevator. Um, or rides at the park, theme park. Just keeping it real. So, what's like a specific place or activities? What activities that are happening? Like me, I can't. I don't like large crowds. I don't care what ethnic it is, what color, race, or whatever. I don't care what it is. A large crowd, I ain't doing it. I like the fair. I love the county fair, but I miss it every year because as soon as I pull up, I see all the lines and then people they playing music and just all this going on. I'll be like, you know what? I shut down right now. I'm good. I'm not trying to spread anything towards you guys. I'm just sharing. I'm not spreading anything. I'm just sharing. Um, Also, people. What type of people? I don't know why I'm laughing so much, but I have certain type of people that in coming up and from dealing with myself with my traumas, there's certain people I can't be around. And I'm not going to say anything particular. I just know I can't go to the block. I can't go to the strip club. I can't go to a bar. Them certain type of things because they are triggering for me. Also, just as I'm naming my triggers, I want you to don't sit here and listen to my triggers. What are your triggers as well that keeps you in certain activities or people? Um, think about that. Now, as we're talking about this, the activities and people, some people that they avoid out of fear and or cause particular reactions in them. So you gotta think about it. I don't want to go somewhere because I don't want to go. The places I be going, I don't want to go because I don't want to go to jail. Yeah, you can't go no other place in jail. Um, yeah, I can, but anywhere you go, if there's trouble, and the lifestyle I used to live in, the places I usually go, or the people I know, I can end up in jail. So I just don't go nowhere, and I'm fine with that. So if you are a person that feels like, oh, I don't have no peace going somewhere, you're addressing your trigger. You're not being afraid. You're being wise with your life and your freedom and your decision making. So it's good that if something's triggering you, that you address it. And shout out to somebody today that they wanted some clarity and they addressed. I think you were triggered, but you addressed it, and great job. Also, when triggered, certain things happen to you. You can eat less, or you can feel quickly angered, or you could be unable to sleep when triggered. These are real signs of trigger. They say, well, I'm in depression. Well, what triggered your depression? Well, I just feel sad. What triggered your sadness? Um, these are a lot of things that we need to pay attention to. Why are you not getting sleep? What triggered you not to get sleep? Some people say, well, I just can't sleep. Well, what did you do or what did somebody do to you that you can't get rest? So let's think about that for a second. Let's think about why you're not eating right now. Just something for you to think about personally. Okay. Right? Okay. So let me ask you another question. Why are you so easily angry? Why do you get mad so fast over nothing? Why are you triggered? It's a question. Think about it. Okay. Okay. I mean, I know you got a list, yeah. If you want to have that much, um, yeah. You might want to book a personal session. Other than that, why are you being able to sleep when triggered? Why are you not getting proper rest? What's in your mind? What's triggered your mind to not get sleep? Think about it. Okay. Now, for the person that don't want to say anything, it's understandable. Um, it's hard to address how you feel, especially when you're not in a comfortable setting or people that you don't feel comfortable opening up. So it's okay to be how you are, but also please find someone that you're comfortable with or a setting, environmental setting, where you can open up and share and not be cooped up in your cage with your triggers. I just advise that. So another thing that I want to come to uh, before we close in this little bit of here, I'm going to share with you how to cope with your triggers. All right, so the first thing you can do to cope with your triggers is a safety plan. A safety plan, right? Like removing yourselves from the triggered situation, or have access to a list of people that you can trust that you can call, or a resource crisis center. This is a safety plan. So right now, if I feel triggered, I have people I can call. My mother, my little sister, and my baby brother. They are my support team when I feel if I need to have a little situation, or I feel triggered with my emotions or things like that. They are my support team. So their numbers are very close by when I feel triggered. So who do you have in your corner when you feel triggered? Who can you pick up the phone and call? If you don't have anybody, I recommend that you have somebody to call and when you feel triggered in your situations, because if you don't let it out, it's going to kill you within. And I told her dude in the elevator, I'm hoping I can say it right. I said, if you let it resonate, you're going to deteriorate. I'm going to say that again. If you let it resonate, you're going to deteriorate. Mr. Walker, what are you saying? A lot of people, we are deteriorating because we're not letting what needs to come out. I just want to share that. So that is the summary of your safety plan. Number two, crisis techniques. We have crisis techniques: manage stress, regulate difficult emotions, and calm and overwhelm mind and body. Now, how do you manage stress? Sometimes if you get stressed out, it's good to just put everything on pause. Like, okay, look, wait. I think I just did that for somebody. Thank you. I really felt that. Like, wait, just wait a second. I feel it. I feel like I'm doing that for somebody. Like literally, I got the goosebumps. So I'm helping you out. You do it yourself. Just say, hey, hold on, wait. I just taught you how to manage stress. Because you know you're talking, you ain't even breathing. You just talking. Sometimes just do this, take a break, and whoos. That was a good woosah because I just went into like a deep yawn, so that felt so great. But that's the reaction you should get from woosah. That was powerful, y'all. I'm sorry. I think I did that for somebody. I really believe I stood in the gap for somebody carrying a lot today because that felt great. It felt great. Also, so we're talking about, managing your stress. So I just showed you one way to manage your stress. Just take a break, pause. Whew. That feels great. I think we should do this one more time. I know I may ask you to do something, but just do this with me today. Just take a break. Just stop. Whew. Shake it off. I feel like yarning already. Shake it off. Just relax for a second. Take a deep breath. Hold it for a sec. Ooh, let it out. Let's do that one more time. Stop. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Now let it out. Wow. Feel a little better, right? I don't know about you. I feel great. So that is learn how to manage your stress. So if you feel it uptight, you feel it overwhelmed, you just feel so overwhelmed and just feel so tight, do that technique, and that will help you manage your stress. I know some of y'all might be a little lightheaded because the stress receptors are because we do have receptors in our brain that they are releasing the pressure from your mind, and your blood flow is flowing correctly. That is biblical. I mean, not biblical, but textbook. I learned that, and I know that from experience. Okay, so also, I'm sorry, regulating difficult emotions. Now, how do you regulate difficult emotions? First of all, if you feel some type of way, you don't automatically respond to how you feel. Sometimes it's good to say, all right, I feel this way, but let me stop and let me think about how or why I feel the way I feel. Let me check myself. Sometimes when we're dealing with things and we hear something, we immediately think that there's something maybe personal towards us, or there's something that probably did trigger us, and we don't know how to address it. But if you need clarity, whatever the trigger is, like I said, to regulate your difficult emotions, you might want to address the issue with the person and communicate, or whatever the case may be, to get clarity to what is causes your emotions to be difficult. So I just wanted to share that. That's another step to do, so have clarity, address the issue. All right, we're moving forward, and so we can have a calmness over our overwhelmed mind and body. How, Mr. Walker? How do I, when I'm upset, and I just feel like I don't know what to do. My receptors of my brain of stresses. I'm yawning, y'all, so excuse me. That stress is just coming off of me. Um, so you can sometimes it's just good to stop talking, stop thinking for a couple of seconds if you can, or stop your reaction. Stop going into that, triggering yourself into a mode. A lot of us, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but sometimes when you're triggered, your mind begins to race and have all these personal thoughts or have all these personal things, and you feel targeted. And that's understandable, because a lot of times some things that happen in my life, like my phone will ring, I'll be like, oh gosh, my mind immediately starts to panic or expect something bad because of what I've been through in trauma and some of the things I don't put people through. I'm not used to getting good phone calls. I'm used to getting, what are you doing? Wow, oh, he in jail. But it's a new life. So to have a new life, I'm still working on my mind with you guys, because if my phone ring right now and I'm like, okay, all right, certain individual call me, and I'm like, okay, let's be ready. And that certain individual knows she is personally, but when she calls, I am not panicking. My mind is prepared for feedback and construction criticism. And how you doing today? Um, Also, yeah. So, what can you do to really? Let's start with this. Being overwhelmed, that means you're thinking too much. Thank you. When you're overwhelmed, you're thinking way too much. When you're overwhelmed, you're trying to do too many things at one time. When you're overwhelmed, you're opening yourself to too many things. You're just one person. So the reason why so much gets so overwhelmed, I used to do this from my experience. Okay, the kids ain't ate. Oh, all right, I'll cook for the kids. Oh, the kids ain't took no bath. Okay, I'll watch the kids. Oh yeah, baby, you need something? Yeah, baby, I got you. Okay, whatever. We mean bang, whatever. And you go to food. La 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 la. Right. So that could be overwhelming. You're always doing everything for everybody, and you're not getting nothing in return. That can be overwhelming itself. I'm saying that from experience, not personally. So you got to understand, give your mind and your body a break. I have a significant other. I love her with everything in my world. And when I was with them at their regiment, every time I turned around, I wanted to have quality time with them. They was gone, and I said, man, look, I need to get rich because you need to sit down somewhere. And sometimes, in the positive aspect of this, some people do have that glitch where they could just work, and kudos to you. But a guy like me, I gotta sit down and take me a break. you know. So if for some of y'all that do feel overwhelmed and you're working a lot or you're just doing too much, take your situation the best way you can and balance it out and find your place of peace. Find you a resting period. Find where you can just say, hey, cut the phone off. Can somebody watch the child at least for an hour for me? Can somebody help? Not even that. Ask for help. If you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you can't do everything by yourself and you feel like you need some help, get some help. Okay, Mr. Walker, why are you telling me this? Because I felt overwhelmed. I'm a grown man that can be rich as I don't know what, with no kids. I can go anywhere and try to do anything. Right? Right. But in my mind, I had unresolved issues. I had my addiction. I had my self-esteem. I had my mental. I had my baggage, my emotional baggage, and that kept me. All the stuff I'm naming is overwhelming. Let me start over. Your mental, you can have mental problems. Not me talking about PTSD and just bipolar 2. We can have hurt emotions from past relationships, or sometimes where we let ourselves down, or sometimes we'll play an image in our mind where we should have did a certain type of way and we didn't do it the correct manner. That is overwhelming. This is your mind. I don't know why I'm doing this, but we're in the mind right now. The mind can overwhelm you. You ever got off from work and your mind's still thinking about work? Because that's what your mind is doing. If you ever got done going to school or coming from school, excuse me, I feel like I cut my nose for a second. If you ever feel like you went to school and all of a sudden you get home from school and you're still thinking about the math problems, because your brain is in tune and so focused, that's what you focus on. So whatever you're focused on and you give it a lot of energy, and when you want to shut down, it's not going to shut down. That's why I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it. That's why it's good to decompress. Decompress is where you say, hey, you know what? Okay, body, mind, shut up. Woo. And take that woosah. Take that moment and sit in that peace. I wish I just had a whole class of people where we just sit down and just go, just stop and just, whoo. And sit here for in silence for the next 2-3 minutes. But I know y'all watching the video and y'all like, oh, I got stuff to do. But that's what you should do. You should get somewhere. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna encourage you to do this. If you're in the house with family members, everybody got stuff going on. If you got homeboys and you need this peace and you want peace with others, y'all can do this together. Y'all remember Marty Marr when he used to say, bring it in, and everybody hug and they go, y'all remember that? Yeah, I remember that. One time from Ron Lars, I love you, baby. Love you, man. Yeah, so you could do this in unity. So, because sometimes your energy that you have from overwhelming from a person that's in the next room or that's next to you, because your energy is so high and their energy so low, y'all begin to clash. Yeah, seriously. They're like, you be like, la, 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 and they'll just look at you like, And then now all of a sudden y'all get into art. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm relaxing. What would I do? Now you start to look at yourself because your energy is high, and some people, we have different times and areas where our energies don't match. So if you want to be in sync with each other or with me today, fine, and get in a group or just do the things I taught you to do. How we do? We stop, take a break, inhale, hold it for a sec, woosah. Felt good, right? Yeah, don't go to sleep over. Don't go to sleep. Wake up. Hey, don't go to sleep. You can take it out after the class. So, anyways, you could do this in unity. And it's great that you do it in unity because everybody's spirit and energy will come together. And this is how you could control being overwhelmed with your mind and your body. And that's the summary of that. Another technique that I have discovered is a grounding technique. Now, this is funny that I'm bringing this up. I'm gonna think I'm a little ahead of myself, but the grounding technique is deep breathing, square breathing, mindfulness, areas of all ground techniques that can promote calm and reduce stress. I just got done talking about that. I'm ahead on my notes, y'all, but I just got done talking about this. That we can all do this together. We could do the square breathing. We can have mindfulness of the ground technique. When you let the air out, you're grounding yourself. When you say, all right, stress, I'll put you in a box. I'm ready to get you out of here. Just like how y'all hit the blunt. All right, I'm finna hit the blunt. Hold it, blow it out. Now you're high. But that at the occasion here in the name of Jesus, right? It's just a demonstration. Okay, so that's the same way as the breathing technique. You are releasing intoxic chemicals or stress or frustration or anger out your body when you let it out. I'm encouraging everybody to practice breathing techniques today. If you can, find a place with you and your family or whoever, or just be by yourself. If you got to call a friend and say, hey, can you do some breathing techniques with me? Don't do it till you pass out, because I know a lot of people like, he told me to do. No, I ain't telling you how to do it like that. No, you take your time. This is the thing where, first off, before you even do it, you address what you're angry about. Okay, I'm mad about this. I got this going on in my life. It's like prayer. And, all right, this bothers me. This all right. We're gonna take this. We're gonna put it in the ball. Right. This the ball. Right. You hold that ball, and you throw that ball, and you let it go, and appreciate the calmness that you feel. Appreciate the freedom, the joy. Some of y'all probably did this, and like y'all probably laugh y'all butt off because like, this man crazy. But I feel better. It's what he did. I feel better. That's what it's designed to do. Like I want to get deep into receptors and receptor stressors and things like that. That's in our brain, but that's another class. But to move forward, self-care practices is another great thing that you can have. Promoting healthy practice. Promoting healthy practice is this. All right, just say for me, like sometimes I wake up in tears because I'm so happy. I remember the times where I was sleeping on the beach, and I'd be like, by faith, one day I could wake up in my bed. Well, the faith has came true, and now I'm waking up every day, by myself, in peace. Just really, I can say hallelujah, praise God. I ain't got to worry about nobody waking nobody up. I don't have to worry about not being sensitive to other people's time and resting timings or their areas. And I'm here in peace. So self practice. Peace is a wonderful thing to find. Peace is a wonderful thing to have, and find something that makes you peaceful. A lot of people, we get off from work, we go to our phones. That can be very distracting, to be honest, because when you want to be in tune with yourself, sometimes some people, we just watch the phone and I'm not saying some people just watch TV all day, and if you notice, you'll watch that TV, but your brain will be somewhere totally different. And I've been watching TV with in my relationships. I'm like, hey, did you just see that? Oh, what happened, honey? Well, I thought we was watching a movie together. What's going on? You thinking about something? What you thinking about? I'm not thinking about anything. Okay, if you ain't thinking about anything, what just happened in the movie? You see what I'm saying? So, even in relationships, if y'all could come together and say, hey, babe, I just want to sit down and just let me hold your hand. Let's cut the TV off. Let's cut everything off. We ain't got to pray or nothing, but just find that connection to be in peace with each other. I miss my nieces. Sometimes we'll just sit next to each other and just don't say nothing and just enjoy each other's company. And my nieces look at me like, Uncle Red, it's so peaceful being with you. I'm like, girl, it's peaceful being with you. That's what we do. Sometimes we just need that peace. Sometimes you just really need to sit to a person that you care about or a person that cares about you and just really don't say nothing and just appreciate being in their company. And that's very healthy too. That's a self-care practice. If y'all didn't watch the last video, I was talking about be on your P's. Well, practice is one of the P's. I just want to share that. Getting adequate sleep, going to bed on time, going to bed early, or getting some proper rest is another great way to reduce stress and to deal with your traumas and anxieties and stuff like that. No, I'm not going to say stuff like that, but just your mind and your breathing and everything, because once you get rest, you're at peace at rest. Now, if some people, we don't get peaceful rest because we still have our stress receptors. But you can go to bed mad, and because you're so upset, your stress receptors in your brain. That's why sometimes you have nightmares. Sometimes some people snore hard because they're not in a calm state. I know I snore hard, but sometimes I'm not in a calm state. Sometimes I might be stressed out, and my body's fighting for that rest. If you know a person that does get good rest and then is at peace, they don't really snore that loud. They might snore a little bit, but not that loud. Not how loud I used to be, but I used to be. So because I remember I was in jail. I got to share this, y'all. So it's funny. I was in incarceration one time, and I was so stressed out, about my court date and everything, and I went to sleep, and I was snoring so hard, so hard. I was thinking about my issue. When I woke up from sleeping, I heard my snore echoing in the room. Listen, y'all. You see people that snores real heavy. You might want to sit down and have them do some breathing techniques with them to get some air in their lungs and get some stress off their mind. I'm telling you from experience. Thank you. Another thing is nourish your body. Eat properly. If you're not if you're eating just burgers, well, that's not eating properly. You might have to break down on your diet. Don't consume too much, Darrell. So I have learned I snack about 4 or 5 times a day, but I eat in small portions. I stay up and motivate. I don't eat it. I do now. Don't get me wrong. I will eat and lay down. It's not a good thing to do. Sometimes when I study and I do my classes, I'll be hungry after that because my brain I'll be fried, but my stomach be like, yeah, let's eat. Then I can eat and refuel and then go back to my class because evidently my brain needed something to eat too. And I think that's why our brain does need certain nutrients to operate, like oxygen, right? So just be, know that you don't starve yourself. And if you don't have nothing to eat, they have Access Florida, or they have pantries. Find a food pantry. I don't prefer going in front of the store and begging, but if you don't have any way to eat, just go on this Google thing and look up where can I eat for free today. They have places where they give away free plates, lunches and dinners. I think I'm not too sure. I never had it happen, but some places are starting to help people out where they bring the groceries to your door. So if you don't have nutrients and you need to start eating properly, there are certain ways to get help to eat. I just want to share that. Excuse me. All right. Daily movement. Well, I'm still talking about self-care practices. Daily movement is a must. I don't go nowhere too much, but I will open that door and take me a little walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because I want to stay in my safe zone. It's wise for me to stay in my safe zone. And that's another thing. If you're out doing your daily movement, don't go too far out of your safe zone. Stay in a comfortable area where you can move, so you don't have to be stressed out or panicking or triggered and things like that. We're just trying to really trying to find some peace and still do things in a peaceful manner. So I just wanted to share that as well. So these are things that can help you out. Now, to go to the next step, number 5, supportive community. Now, I think I was a little ahead in my notes, but having people, a network of support and trusted people to call when feeling stressed can make a difference. This can make a difference, y'all. If you're feeling some type of way and you don't understand something, instead of sitting there contemplating on it, call the person or call professional help and say, hey, what's going on? Or what do you mean by this? Or can you break this down for me? Or I don't understand this. So you can relieve your mind from the pressure of guessing. That's the number one killer thing. And I think in relationships, be honest, just from my experience, we always had to guess, hey, baby, you okay? Everything all right? Instead of just saying, hey, baby, I need to sit down. Can we communicate and talk? This is serious. It's bothering my mind. It's affecting our relationship. Even on family relationships or any kind of relationship, do not let a closed mouth. I don't know why I'm saying this, but a closed mouth don't get fed. So a lot of times, if we have an issue with something, we need to learn how to say in the loving manner, hey, I don't like this, or can we talk about this, instead of sitting in the presence of the person or being around people, because when you go around people and you're holding something, they can feel that energy. They can feel like something's off, and you, by saying nothing's wrong, makes something look like it's wrong, because we're looking at your demeanor. We see your action and we see how you're reacting with us, and something's off. So it's good to have somebody that you can talk to and open up with and share how you feel and what and your feedback, positive feedback from your situation. And I highly recommend it. That if you're alone right now, call 211, or some of the friends that you did have to cut off, probably find some new friends. Go out, get dressed up, go out, be in some healthy areas. I don't know no healthy areas because I don't go out too tough. But anywhere that has no drinking and no drugging and no sexing, them are healthy areas. I just want to share that. Also, excuse me. Also, it's good to keep people's names down and numbers in your pocket or wallet, because sometimes when you're in stress or you're in panic mode, you don't have that. Your brain might don't think quickly of that number at that moment that you need it. So if it's good, I know a lot of us, we have phones. Sometimes that phone might don't work, so you might want to just have a piece of paper of your emergency contact, or in your wallet or in your purse, just in case the phone doesn't work, because we rely on that phone. But I'm trying to help people use their memory. But if you can't use your memory, if that just in case that phone dies, write it down on a piece of paper. That's the summary for a supportive community. Also, mindfulness about your urge. Now, we have urges. There's a lot of urges in addiction. There's a lot of urges in sex, drinking, even food, whatever the case may be. Some people don't feel comfortable without being mad. I don't know what that is, but I used to be like that. Sometimes if I didn't get mad, I felt like something was off. So we need to pay attention to our urges, and I want to help you how to do that. Is also practice your urge surfing. Sometimes check how you feel. Check if you're in addiction. Check to see if you have a craving and level your craving from 1 to 10 or 1 through 5. You can level your cravings. So if you're in the like I said, in recovery, check your cravings. If you're craving for a cigarette, what level are you on that level? If you're craving for whatever you're delivered from, check your craving levels. They usually do 1 through 10, but if for us that's really trying to stop, we need to do 1 through 5. So I encourage you to do that. Some people have food cravings. We need to control our. Oh, I need something sweet. Well, girl, I need something salty. Well, I just need a pig foot. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, some people like pig feet. I don't eat pig feet. But I'm not trying to trigger nobody. If you're on the diet, I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm not trying to bring up anything. But guess what? If you're having that urge right now, you need to control that urge. Stay in control is one of my sayings. Stay in control. It's my saying that I duly I speak with my family and from my family friends. Stay in control. That's how you control your urges, by staying in control. Okay, so like I said, urge search. Even that, check your attitude. Check your thought process. Because some people when we're trying to change, we're so used to being depressed, or we're so used to failure that we'll look for something to be depressed about, or we'll look for something like, oh, I failed. That's all self check. Just and sometimes how you serve, like, okay, how do I feel? Okay, boom. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I feel like I did better than yesterday. Okay. Boom. Okay. You check your emotions. You check your thought process. You just scan yourself. You just sit there and scan yourself. How do you feel? Right now, just take your time and scan yourself. What do you feel? I feel like this is helping somebody. Scan themselves. I feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I felt like that. I need to fix this situation. Oh my God, I feel so good. I didn't know I felt like that. I believe that just helps somebody. I really do. And please, when you're watching these videos, I am seriously looking for feedback, not comments. I need feedback. And if you don't want to feedback to me, at least share the video. Help somebody else. This is very helpful. My videos. They're not perfect, but they're coming from a real person that's doing real things with real experiences, and I'm showing you how to do it and how it's helping me, and it's helping you while we're doing it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so also we're talking about mindful of your urges. All right, so what can help you to deal with intense cravings to use or engage in self-injurious behaviors? I'm gonna read that again because that was What can help you deal with intense cravings? Now, intense cravings, like a sugar attack. Like some people, like, oh my God, I need some sugar. Okay, that for diabetics or whatever, for people that have health issues, some people have where they can't help it. But if you can have control over your intense cravings, some people do anger. Some people get in fights because they like that rush. That some of us addicts, that was an intense craving. Like, oh my gosh, we don't have it. We need it. No, today have some control over your urges. I'm not triggering you, but these are triggers that we need to address. This is how you obtain sobriety and self-control. Also, to engage in injurious behaviors. Some people, I don't know where I'm going here, but some people hurt themselves, literally. If you're a person that's watching this video today, that's hurting yourself, please stop. I'm talking about inflicting pain, just punching stuff. Please stop, because you're hurting yourself, you're bruising yourself, and you know, people are looking at you in a certain type of way. And I know that you're a better person than that. You just have some inner issues that you need to deal with. And please, if you're watching this video today and I caught your attention for a reason. Please stop, because you're not hurting everybody. You're hurting yourself. So quit hurting yourself. And I appreciate it if you hear me today. And thank you. Also, understand that these are certain ways that that you respond to your triggers. We have behaviors to these triggers. So you ever seen certain people? You tell them something, and you ever seen kids? They be like, no, and they be like, eh. They trigger. They triggered off your no. That's what kids do. Some of us adults, if we're told no, we're triggered. So pay attention to not injure yourself while you're triggered. That's the summary of that. Number 7, I got one more. We got 2 more. We're almost done. Okay. So listen, establish and maintain from peoples and situations they find triggering by creating strong boundaries. Let me say that again. You can protect yourself from people and situations that find triggering by creating strong boundaries. So guess what? Even though you might be in a situation where it seems impossible to get out of, you can make boundaries within yourself by saying, hey, all right, what they're doing, I'm not going to do. What y'all talking about, I'm not going to talk about. You can make boundaries with yourself and also allow people to say, hey, you can verbalize in a respectful manner and say, hey, I don't like this situation, or I don't like the way you said that, or I don't like the way you're doing that. And I'm not trying to offend you. I just want to address this so there'll be no more problems. Or you're just addressing it to understand that what the person or yourself is doing is triggering you. And we're trying to nip our triggers in the butt today. So understand that you can create strong boundaries. You can say no. If somebody asks you for something, you can say no. It's okay to say no. You don't have to give people everything every time they ask you for something. You don't have to give it to them. Say no. If you feel like don't give it to them, don't give it to them. Say no. Also, it's also okay to if you don't understand something, to share your peace of mind of what you thought was perceived, or you thought was the understanding of something, because you need clarity in your mind to understand what the situation is. And that's from both ways. Even when you're dealing with a trauma situation, if 2 trauma people are dealing with something, one of us has to be under control, or one of us as individual, really as the individual dealing with a person with another trigger trauma, we need to stop and just don't be triggered. Just stop and listen to that person and understand that person. And when that person get off, they feel more better because they said what they need to say, and you need to be receptive for what they're saying, and then dissect what they said. And if you don't have a peace about it, say, okay, it wasn't like that. This is what I meant. Because sometimes when we're talking about these certain topics and subjects, they can trigger emotions and thoughts and reactions out of people. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to say, hey, we're hitting something on the head. And if we're hitting it on the head, this might be something that we need to address to be a better person. And that's my strong boundary with that, respectfully. So, and last but not least, and we're about to get out of here, limiting media exposure. Now, I know I was just saying this. Sometimes we get on the phone, but listen, when feeling activated or early stage of treatment, you may benefit from limited exposure to news, media coverage, and triggering events. Now, listen, y'all, when we are making changes, if you notice, even in recovery from 9 o'clock in the morning, from 9 o'clock in the morning all the way to maybe like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're in group. We're having our mind focused. We're talking about issues. So what I'm saying to you is, even though you work a 9 to 5, it might be comfortable for you to go ahead and take time for yourself, maybe 30 minutes or to an hour. This is an hour video. This was very good because we're talking about triggers. And I just wanted to share with you that even in watching TV, being on the phone, watching the news can trigger us. The news makes you panic. I know I don't watch the news. People like, oh yeah, this happened in the world. I'll be like, okay. So you might want to limit ourselves to all this exposure, especially if you're a triggered person, especially if you're a person that panics real quick, especially a person that's just worried. Because that's what the world is designed to do. We go by sight. I just want to leave on this note. Don't live by sight, live by faith. Every word that I say, everything that I do is speaking by faith to help people, not to hurt people. This was very encouraging today. And like I say, watch that trigger. Thank you for watching Trauma Support Group Management by the new Mr. Darrell Walker. And have a great day.